George, Bob Mackey wanted to join us this afternoon, but he's currently in Vegas working on costumes for Cher, who opened this past Wednesday at the Monte Carlo. Bob is a legendary fashion designer who is best known for his work for 11 years on The Carol Burnett Show, and then, in a big change of pace, Mama's Family. He has designed dresses for Cher, Diana Ross, Judy Garland, Tina Turner, Bette Midler, Mitzi Gaynor, and so many more. Here on tape is Bob Mackey.
Well, George, it's another big winning honor. Last time I saw George have an honor, it was on Hollywood Boulevard, and he was getting his star, which I think is quite amazing. There's something about George. George was the #1 producer, the first producer I ever met at a TV studio. It was the Judy Garland show in 1963, and it was my first television experience. I must have liked it because I'm still doing it from time to time. But it was amazing. And what I love about George is that he's always ready to laugh, and he loves producing. And if you bring in sketches and show it to him, he gets all excited. And how many producers ever get excited about anything? Nobody, not like George anyway. And we worked on with a lot of famous ladies, the Judy Garland, the Diana Rosses, the Chers, you name it, Goldie Hawn, all those ladies. And George is always ready with a laugh, with a joke. And it's just, he's a special guy. George, congratulations on your award from the Pacific Pioneer Broadcasters. You are a pioneer.
Along with Dan Rowan and Dick Martin, only one performer was on every Laugh-In show from pilot to conclusion. That performer is Ruth Buzzi. Ruth and her husband Kent now make their home in Fort Worth, Texas. But she thought it was important to send along this message to all of you about George.
Congratulations, George. All the Emmys, the star on the Walk of Fame, and now this. I don't want to detract from all the fun, but it's time the world knew the truth. George is a groper, an equal opportunity groper. He got me, Goldie, Lily, even Alan Seuss and Artie. So, George, use this day wisely and do what I'm doing, okay, George? Come out of the closet.
Our next speaker is Tony Danza. Tony burst onto the television scene as an important part of the ensemble cast of Taxi, which ran for 5 years. He then went on to star in his own show, Who's the Boss?, which ran for an incredible 8 years. Tony also has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He has also done dramatic roles, appearing in The Practice and Family Law. A few years ago, Tony spent a year teaching English at an inner-city high school in Philadelphia. I did notice in looking up some information on Tony that in Taxi, he played Tony Banta. And in Who's the Boss, he played Tony Maselli. And in Hudson Street, he played Tony Canetti. And on the Tony Danza Show, he played Tony DeMeo. Actually, his first TV role, noted on IMDb, shows him in a TV movie called Fast Lane Blues, where he had no last name, but he played a guy named Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite Tony, Tony Danza.
Thank you so much. There's a mistake there. Fast Lane Blues, I think I was Dennis. It's weird. Anyway, George, I really just, I didn't know this was happening. I found out last night thanks to your erstwhile Marta. And I think we should thank Marta for all the years that she's put up with George. Yes. And I want to thank you and Jolene and your daughter and your family for all the friendship and love over the years. The thing about George that I want to really do is thank him because for me, I was on those TV shows and I did that stuff, but the real, a lot of the highlights of my life were because of George, of my career were because of George. He put me in Muhammad Ali's 50th birthday special, and I'll let him tell you the story, what he did to me there. There's always a price to pay, But I did get to do that, and then he put me in Sammy Davis's 60th anniversary of Showbiz. It was one of the greatest nights of my life, and to be around the people that I grew up admiring and listening to and worshiping, and then in the picture of that night, I have my hand on Dean Martin's shoulder. And so that was a big night for me. So, and then he put me on the 75th Sinatra, put me on the 80th Sinatra, where Sinatra yelled at me on national TV, which was kind of crazy. But through it all, I mean, he's just been a guy who has been there for me for so many years. And I just really came just to say thank you, George. Congratulations on this honor. You certainly deserve it. If there ever was a pioneer, it's you, George. So thanks. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us. You know, I can already feel the excitement building for our next Hollywood Media Professional Celebrity Showcase.